Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads, you lovely brat. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too, my delicious little babies, are having a super duper time wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you also most deliciously, okay? So much love to you all, my delicious little babies, yes? Okay. Now then, my weather in my old neck of the woods, well, the sun is shining, okay? So, the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. Now then, it is rather windy and it is rather chilly, okay? So, well, you know, the time when we do have the odd bit of sunshine, do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? We must always remember, zoom, okay? Because it just seems to be different in different places, doesn't it anyway? That's how it is in my neck of the woods, my delicious little babies. So I'm not sure where it is in the old UK, where it is for other delicious little babies, okay, in the UK, or, you know, elsewhere. I mean, some places are raining, gone, stay in other countries. Do you understand what I mean? Raining and wind. Do you know what I mean? Yes? Anyway, not to worry. The sun will shine again for you all, my delicious and wonderful little babies out there. Now then, if you do happen to enjoy my video today, you know, because I give out information, okay, my delicious little babies, yes, and sometimes I decide to have a little natter, well, most of the time I do actually, right, okay, and sometimes I get a little bit passionate about things, do you understand what I mean? But that's just me anyway. I'm never going to change, my delicious little babies, that is who I am, okay, I'm never going to change. I've been like this all my life, okay? If I'm passionate about something, well, everybody soon knows about it. Do you see what I mean? And usually it's something mighty important, okay? Now then, the other thing I want to say to you is this. So the road, you know, I do not like this word. I really just do not, but I have to say it again. It just seems as dead as a doo-doo. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So the whole of the atmosphere is just completely different. Anyway, let me just get back. So if you haven't yet subscribed, you happen to stumble across my videos, you do happen to enjoy them, if you could please click on the subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to comment. And finally, you know, if you do find my videos interesting, please, if you could share, and thank you. And thank you for any views and, you know, any likes. Thank you. I'm very humbled, okay? Now then, so let me just make a start. So where do we go first? Let's go to China. There's not a lot of information today, my delicious little babies. So if you could please rewind and start again. If you could please tap into the old space bar, okay, in YouTube, because this is, you know, on YouTube, my delicious little babies. Let's just tick that one off. China Insights. So if you're looking to subscribe, that's what it should say. But if you tap into the old space bar, okay, is it still Omicron? Question mark. Okay. Second infection, 10 times more dangerous. Okay. And then Morocco, Chinese traveller not allowed. So just let me repeat that again, please, my delicious little babies. Yes, because I'm having to, you know, lean down when really I should just lift my book up and be done with it. Okay, my notepad. Right, okay, so if you could please tap into the old space bar, repeat once more. Is it still Omicron? Question mark. Second infection, 10 times more dangerous, okay? Morocco, Chinese, traveller not allowed. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? And like if you're looking to subscribe, it should say China Insights, okay? So what I'm trying to do is just keep others for all of you wonderful and delicious little babies out there. All I'm trying to do is just keep others up to date with things. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, my delicious little babies, yes? So that's all I'm trying to do. Now, when you click on any video that's, you know, that I make a suggestion of, or for you to go and take a look at, it will then be for yourselves, my delicious little babies, you know, to judge for yourself. This is what it's all about, you know, to give you food for thought and just to judge things. Do you see what I mean? And then to get your old, you know, your old intuition going. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So it's a case of, well, do I believe it? Do I not believe it? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And really, well, anyway, I'm saying this, there we go, obviously for a reason. This will help to train your minds, my delicious little babies. Not for you all out there, because some of you are already well trained with your old minds, your old noddles, yes? But for other delicious little babies, so this is not meant as an insult or anything at all. But for others of you, if you are not very good at using your intuition, okay? Because I even get it on my phone line. Do you understand what I mean? Where, you know, and they actually say to me, my delicious and beautiful little clients, you know, for some, they do actually say, Mia, they say, you know, I'm just not very good at using my intuition. Do you see what I mean? So what the idea is that, you know, it's just to train you to do that. Do you see what I mean? To sort of go into yourself, you know, and for others of you delicious little babies, you know, who do not meditate, you know, to meditate, to trust in your own self, to trust in your own intuition. Do you see what I'm saying? You know what I've forgotten to do, my delicious little babies? Please do excuse me. Just had to put my old lip gloss on. I forgot. Okay, I do not always do it anyway, just every now and again. Okay, so yeah, so something's just made me say that. So yes, that's number one, okay? Now, number two. Now, this is something entirely different now, my delicious little babies. Yes, so please excuse me, I'm putting my old lip gloss on. This one here, this is also on YouTube, okay, my delicious little babies, yes? And, sorry, excuse me. If you could please tap into the old space bar, yes, please and thank you. Woman struck by lightning, yes, died and shown future visions on world financial crisis in her N for November, D for Delta, E for Echo. So I'm just going to repeat that, my delicious little babies. So in the old space bar in YouTube, woman struck by lightning, died and shown future visions on world financial crisis in her N for November, D for Delta, E for Echo. Those three letters are in capital, okay? Now, if you please look in and subscribe, it should say NDE, again, you know, capitals, and then lowercase diary, okay? So that's on YouTube, my delicious little babies. So now I can tick this one off, okay? So what this lady is talking about, my delicious little babies, yes? Because, I mean, and actually, there are other videos on YouTube, okay? Especially YouTube, actually, you know, where, you know, you may have somebody who has you know, passed away and then came back, and then they came back and then, you know, they're telling the story, okay? Now, I mean, I believe in, you know, these things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I'm not saying about this woman here, I'm not saying that she's wrong in, you know, in what she's saying, and I'm going to be honest with you now, all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little babies out there, I've only got halfway through. So at that point, there was no mention about the future world financial crisis, okay? So I haven't got to that part yet. Once I've finished my lovely video to your beautiful and delicious baby selves, okay, out there, then I shall listen to the other half, okay? That is not like me, my delicious little babies. Usually I listen to it, there we go, all the way through, okay? But I just, what I'm doing is, and then you can make your own minds up. Do you see what I mean? Now, this woman, because she was struck by lightning, I do recall that months ago I did a video and I was actually saying about, because I'd actually had a look on DuckDuckGo, and something just asked me in my old noddle, told me in my old noddle, just to look at this. And yes, for the ones who have been struck by lightning, and that's in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? Well, there was one man who had, I think he said it was for 2 weeks. It's been a long time since I've looked at it now, my delicious babies. But for 2 weeks, he had super duper, there we go, psychic powers. Do you see what I mean? But there seems to be a common thread here. I've just got a common thread here, which is that they all seem to have like this, like when they've been struck by lightning, it's like whatever it is, it looks like a tattoo, if you know what I mean, what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes. It's very real, it's flipping real, my delicious little babies, yes. And it looks like a tree. It's really hard to explain, like with the branches and I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But if you was to go on to DuckDuckGo and just say, I don't know, just type in, man struck by lightning or something like that, yes, because you'll have a number of things come up then, my delicious little babies. Well, I've done it on DuckDuckGo. I mean, you could choose other search engines, but, I like to use DuckDuckGo myself personally. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, so, to me, with this story that this woman's telling, there could very well be an element of truth in it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And it reminded me of something else, actually, years ago, where I used to live years ago, when my beautiful and delicious eldest daughter, because they're both beautiful and delicious, okay, when she was a baby, and I knew this woman, and she had peripheral neuropathy, which is like a muscle wasting disease, okay, oh, God bless her, yes, and she was telling me that she'd passed away. There we go, she'd passed away. It reminded me after all those years that she'd passed away, and what she could see, okay, my delicious little babies, yes, and she's only a young woman, only about 40, not old at all. And she said that what she seen when she passed away was paradise. That's the way she explained it to me, my delicious, beautiful little babies out there. She said, the only way I can explain it to you, Mia, she said it was like being in paradise. And what she actually said was she did not want to come back. That's what she said. Look at that. And I remember saying months ago, about my dad, so it's all different sorts of things, if you know what I mean. And I said about my dad, my old father, that many, many, many moons ago, well, he collapsed outside of a doctor's surgery, and what he saw was a white light. And he said, his words was, he said, Mia, he said he'd never had so much peace in his life. He said it was so peaceful that he never wanted to come back. But of course, he got sent back, didn't he? Just like that woman did, who I was just talking about. Do you see what I mean? And obviously this woman here, well, she's clearly came back, hasn't she? Otherwise she wouldn't be talking, would she? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So I do believe that there's, that there is truth in things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. With some things, but I just needed to listen to the last half. The only thing that I would say is, I mean, I don't know whether I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth. I'm not, okay? Because, you cannot say that, yes? But it's when she's going, which usually means left for no and right for yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? So that was the only thing that I thought, a little bit questionable here. Do you see what I mean? But I'm not saying that it did not happen. Do you see what I mean? But I haven't got to the part with the financial bit, so that would be interesting. Then again, what would be even more interesting is why it's come up on my feed, yes. Because I've had a few new videos come up on my feed. And I wouldn't mind, but I just look at the same that I always look at. I was just looking at the same that I always do. So really, I have no idea why these have come up on my feed, okay? But then again, as we very well know, these old dog and bones, yes, they listen to everything, don't they? Okay? And on YouTube, as we very well know, if you're searching, there we go, if you're searching for something, then they'll put, flag up something that, oh, you may like this, or do you understand what I mean? But I didn't see that part, actually, you may like this, do you see what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore about that. So please just, if you could just please just take a listen, please and thank you for some of you wonderful and delicious little babies out there, because you may find it very interesting, but it is good with some of the angel videos, you literally see, where angels do come in to help. And it is very, there we go, and it is very real, okay? And if one is really super duper lucky to get it on a camera, well, that's even more flipping super duper delicious. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Okay? Now, the next one I want to... Now, very early this morning, now I've got to say this, my delicious little babies. Now, very early this morning, I heard a video, and it was to do with Putin had, I don't know, said some threat or something, Mr. Putin in old Russia, made some threat to Boris Twat Johnson. Do you understand what I mean? Whatever it is. I never even wrote it all down, my delicious little babies, and neither did I write down the video, okay? It's just I heard it early this morning, yes, okay? Oh, yes, well, I could do this in 1 minute, apparently, said Mr. Putin, according to what the video I'd heard, okay? Now, you see, this is what I'm saying. Right, the thing is, here's what we know about Boris Twat Johnson, okay? We know that he's there we go, before I even say it. We know that he's a barefaced liar. He would not know the truth if it slapped him in the boat race. No, he would not, okay? Because he's a liar, liar, liar. Do you see what I mean? Now, let's look at... He's just been to go and see your man there, Zelensky, in Ukraine. Okay? Now, you see, ones who know, because there are lots of beautiful and delicious little babies out there who do know. So for the delicious little babies who do not know, one needs to question why Boris Twat Johnson keeps zuzzuming, yes, in the old plane, from our old neck of the woods in the old UK over to Zelensky. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's making certain trips, isn't he? And usually I do not feel that it's very fruitful, because to me it's, well, he's clearly been put, sent there and then put in that position to keep the war going, isn't he? My delicious little babies, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, anyway, fast forward. When I heard this, I thought, well, you silly twat flipping Boris Johnson. Well, maybe somebody does need to stick a rocket up your flipping backside. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Now, some may say, oh, Mia, what a wicked woman. Well, no. Because because to me, with Boris Twat Johnson going over there, right, which is helping to get, to keep the war along and everything like that, yes? Well, and then, he's done nothing for our country, yes? Plus all of the flipping liar, liar, liars that roll off their tongue, especially in the old pandemic, when they're all having parties telling everybody else to stay indoors. Do you know what I mean? Protect the NHS. Do you know what I mean? Do not talk to anybody. Keep your distance. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then over the years, with a putrid piece of shite, Boris Twat Johnson's track record. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So here's the thing, right? To me, this seems like another way of making Mr. Putin, this is just my thoughts anyway, okay? Anybody else may be different if you follow this sort of conversation that I'm talking about, you follow this sort of thing, yes? Well, to me, it's just to make Mr. Putin look bad, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? This is how I'm seeing it. So, what do I have to say about this? A crock of shite? The whole lot of crock of shite, yes. And let's face it, how many times, you know, they say, oh, we got a nuclear this, we got a nuclear that. Do you see what I mean? Well, here's the thing, right? Here's what I've got to say, yes? You see, when we've heard this over the years, or, threat of a nuclear attack, or do you understand what I mean? And this is in general now, right? And then we've heard about this over the years, right? Well, and then of course you got some, put the fear of God into them. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, well, I shouldn't say that, fear of God, because we do not fear God, do we? We love God. So I've no idea, who even come up with those words. Anyway, so, just to put the fear in everybody, right? For those who get really worried, yes? But here's the thing, if anybody was to go from another country, especially Russia anywhere like that, right? If they was going to drop a nuclear bomb, let's just say, wouldn't they done it long time? Just the way I see it. Yes? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, at the end of the day, I would say, like I've said for years anyway, you see, really, it's not about, what they drop on us, if you know what I mean. But then it is about what they drop on us. Do you see what I'm saying to you, Zuzum? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? I know what I'm talking about, my delicious little babies, yes? So really, they've been making others ill anyway. Right there. For years. I know what I'm talking about, my delicious little babies, yes? So anyway, I wouldn't watch any of this Boris Twat Johnson's, to do the old flipping BBC. Yes, the flipping old BBC. Those putrid pieces of shite as well. Do you know what I mean? Who do nothing but liar, liar, liar. Do you see what I mean? Yes? So I wouldn't even take any notice. This is just another story, again. That's just what they do, isn't it? Do you see what I mean? And of course, then, you've got other delicious little babies out there, God bless them, because we have to say that, who go out and, they make it a religious mission each day to go and buy the newspaper, of course, to read more shite. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's like it's very rare, if ever, that I would ever buy a newspaper. Very rare. It's a rarity, yes, a rarity. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. I mean, of course, now, for most it's online anyway, isn't it? So, if you want to, sorry, please excuse me. If you want to look at something or read up on something, yes, you would either go on to a search engine of your choice or, or you go on and click on a video or something like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, so this is just another, crock of shite, in my opinion, okay? Because at the end of the day, if Mr. Putin wanted to do something, I'm sure he would have been done doing it by now. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And that's that. Sorry, could I please put you on pause just for a second, please, my delicious babies? Please and thank you.